Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's time for some more Geopolitical Simulator 4. I'm your host, Kelvin. So I thought about it, and I've noticed that we seem to have a massive negative trade balance of the pharmaceuticals industry. So we're going to bring the pharmaceuticals industry under control of the state as well. God damn it, I'm going to figure out how to build industry. Come hell or high water, I will figure it out. I've also figured out that I can just reduce subsidies to 0 by clicking the negative button. Though very oddly, it will refuse to do that some of the time. There we go. And it'll only work if I click the negative button, so I have to punch in the number 1 and then hit the negative button to make it go to 0. If I just punch in the number 0, it does not accept it. Alright. So once the nationalization is complete, we'll start hiring people. We're going to make industry. Alright. Let's make some industry. I've also decided that since we're finally running up quite the excess of budget, we should start working on some connections here. There we go. Waste of public funds. Me. Whatever. There we go. We're not going to be able to connect the entire country right now, I don't think. But yeah, because this is like a billion per 100 kilometers. So we're talking like we've already spent 8 billion, which is a little excessive. I know I have 30 billion in reserve, but let's not overdo it, you know? There. So we've got a few connections now started. Alright, and just the degree of nationalization was completed. So hello there, pharmaceuticals industry. We'll adjust the workforce to 10,000. And according to something I read, I'll need to give it 102 million to start out. And that will create the industry. There we are. And now I'm going to cut subsidies completely. There. So we're going to see if this number raises up and see what happens to it overall. I'm interested to see. There we are. I've also noticed that sales and profits numbers seem to adjust rather slowly. Like, they are not on the same feedback system as the rest of the page is. Which is annoying and is going to make, me feeling around to try and figure out what the hell I'm supposed to be doing with these damn things nigh impossible. Alright, looks like somebody needs an extra billion. Generally worth it at least to fund the water supply network because it just never makes money. So the production number here is rising up. Sales are up to 3.2 million, profits 30k. Okay. I mean, at this point, maybe it's better just to not subsidize things, you know? I'm rapidly increasing the manpower in the steel industry. Hopefully if I just leave it alone, it'll develop on its own. At least that's the hope. Sales are at 871 million and falling. Alright. Let's pass our way through the remainder of this quarter and see what happens. And also I'll see what my remaining budget surplus is after spending 8 billion. be fair, it'll be pretty good, because we still have a massive budget surplus for this freaking year. Like, I can't imagine that it's going to be any lower than 20 billion. Hopefully. Whoops, apparently I didn't attend the National Day. Maybe. Alright. I mean, depending on how it goes, we might try and link up some stuff. I mean, getting a universal high-speed trade network across the country is an admirable goal. Especially with the fucking mountains in the way. I'm also to see, you know, how the pharmaceutical sector grows over the course of a month. Let's find out, shall we? Let's find out. Because I'm still trying to figure out personally what the hell subsidies do. Alright. Let's find out, shall we? A mole in the government. Oh dear. There we are. So, as I was talking about before, I guess I should probably, like, beef up my security. Alright. How has the pharmaceuticals industry gone? It has slowly begun growing. Its sales and profits are both up. It's up to 27 people hired. Slow as all shit. Meanwhile, steel sales continue to fall. It's lost another third of its sales, despite the manpower increasing ever so quickly. I mean, I'm trying with it. Yeah, there's a mole in the government. I get it. Let's see what our quarters status is. 29.6 billion cash surplus. All right. So I spent like the quarter. Money, not much else. Across the country without stopping. We'll spend 5 billion to do that, sure. Environment transport, rail transport, public finance. So overall, everyone was pretty happy with that link. Looking up the one city in Laos there. International relations with our partners. These new infrastructures will bring our rulers closer together, even if people don't really stand to benefit. Okay. Well, in that case, I mean, we actually managed to get most of the hurdling out of the way then, haven't we? So, this is all linked up. This is all linked up. So this needs to be linked to this, this needs to be linked to this, then this needs to be linked to this. That is within our grasp. You know what? Why the hell not? Come on. Like, what wide body of water is this even? Oh, that fucking lake. Fucking shitting me, mate. There we go. Okay, first off, let's cancel it. I didn't like where that ended up being, so we'll drive it here because then I'll have a straight link into Hanoi, right? I want one where I just have like a straight link. with the fewest things possible. Alright. Okay, and done. Okay. So, from Ho Chi Minh to Nha Trang to Da Nang. Confirm. Confirm. Considered a waste of public funds. And, yeah, there. Alright, and so, so begins the work on the high-speed train network, which shall link up the entire country. Now that is an accomplishment. Oh dear. That's literally linking up all the North Korea-Japanese war. Okay. And our relations are now normalizing. Okay. Unfortunately, it will take like 10 months to build, so we won't see any of it until somewhere in the middle of 2022. And we'll have to see how that goes. Scientific discovery. Fuel battery. Even more power. Well, we'll pause then for a moment. We'll also have a look at some of our industries here. Pharmaceuticals, it's growing. Steel, it is growing. It's gone from 0.001 to 0.002, though its sales continue to fall. Like, this is just going to have to be a longer-term experiment, to be honest. Sure, whatever. Yes, of course, we'll patent it and render it commercially accessible to the entire world. Meeting request from China. Sure thing. I'd kind of like to see about hooking us up to the Chinese rail network, honestly. It seems like that would be beneficial to us. I'm not really sure. I mean, we have tourism here, so... The Minister for Religion was a mole, huh? Alright. Well, as I was saying, hey, China. Let's see. Under transportation. See if we can get authorization. Because I'd love to link up Hanoi to Guangzhou. Which would hook me up to the rest of the entire Chinese train network. Which, as far as I can tell, is pretty darn good. Yeah, no difficulty convincing them.
Good morning.
Alright, what do you got? Let's see if I can't get a better price, at least. No, 8. They are not budging much, are they? How about 105? Okay, deal. Not great to sign for wood, but it'll have to do. All right. Population. 1, 4, 6, 6. Eritrea declares war on Ethiopia. Well, that's impressive. All right. So let's link it up. Project refused. That we won't bear all the costs of network construction on our territory. They even find that offensive. I'm sorry, I was forced into that number. Let me try that again. Fuck. Well, whatever. It's not the button I needed to press. I'm going to input 100%. Mm-hmm. Eritrea declares war on Ethiopia. Ethiopia declares war on Eritrea. Yada, yada, yada. We'll see what the UN says, where it stands, and what happens. Because it stops in one or several countries. It's not deemed undesirable. Really? Well, either I or it is undesirable, so I have some words about that, China. Oh well. I tried. Honestly tried. Did my darndest. But, that said, at least we'll have an internal network, which covers every city in the country. Good question as to who wins here. Looks like Ethiopia. Balance of power should probably be in their favor. I mean, Ethiopia isn't even going before the UN, are they? No. I mean, Eritrea seems to have the initial upper hand, but I'd wager that's more due to Ethiopia taking time to move its troops around. Yeah. Back in the hands of Ethiopia there, yep. Asmara will fall. Alright. Well, they should probably repair that military base. It just exists there. Alright. But you know what? Let's just take the month off. Let's wait until the end of the year. Because right now, more than anything, I'm curious to see how the pharmaceuticals industry and all that goes down. As well, I'm curious to see how much money we just fucking blew on those trains. What's our cash surplus at the end of the year? Christ. Alright. Chug, chug, chug. Having some problems there. On the Ethiopian initiative. Oh, they did go to the UN for help. Right. Okay. It's the 18th. Oh yeah, that's something I forgot to do. Just thinking, you know, on the back burner of my mind. It's not necessary. I should, but it's not necessary. Famous last words. Famous last words. But we'll see. Taiwanese membership application. I accept that. Nothing to report with North Korea. Maybe that's because we're not at war with them anymore. And my military really needs to get with the program. Alright, New Year's Eve. Let's prepare to celebrate. GDP's 541. Alright. So, let's have a look here, shall we? Steel, how you doing? 0.03. Your sales have fallen to 260 million. Rejected. Pharmaceuticals industry is growing pretty reasonably. Interesting. Yeah, Taiwanese application was rejected. I'm just having a look through things here. Alright. Alright, well. I don't know. At least I've managed to get the pharmaceuticals industry off the ground, which is a good start. But, like, steel? I don't know, man. Alright. Interesting nonetheless. Unhealthy housing situation, which we can correct almost immediately, so I'm not too worried. At least I'm pretty certain we can. Well, we had leftover dilapidated housing from last year, didn't I? Whatever, it's fine. Just clean it up. Relations with North Korea finally returned to normal. Yes, reopen embassies. Okay. So, this episode was pretty productive. We've started the high-speed rail network, which will be done sometime this year. And, yeah, that's going to be great. On top of that, we have a pharmaceuticals industry now, which is growing rather quite rapidly without my help. I wish the same could be said for steel, though. I'm not really sure what to make of it. Our consumption keeps going up. And I really wish I could figure it out. But I can't. Something is going weird there. I don't know. Or maybe something's going weird in the pharmaceutical industry. Maybe it's an abomination that it works without subsidies. Who knows? But we're already up to like 8% of our demand. So we can solidly get a fair bit of money out of this. Possibly even start selling across the world. Who knows? I know it's a little optimistic, but hey. Why not? Should also start building some of these. Like, if I build 20 new research centers... Actually, before I do anything, I'm going to go to the 9th. The 9th is when I get my debt report. So, before I spend any more money, let's just make sure that I have money to spend, you know? God knows every time I borrow money from the US. Ugh. Interest rates on that. Total public debt in terms of the state to 5.36 billion. And we looks like we took the debt from the US. Well, whatever. Loan rates are, yeah. All right, so we ended up taking out about $8 billion to get everything done. Not terrible, I suppose. That's pretty good. That's why I was slightly concerned, but we should be able to pay that off pretty quick. And it's at least from good loaning countries, so I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, and that'll make it an episode, everyone. We've gone a little bit back into debt, but not far and easy enough to pay off. And, you know, the payoff being this high-speed rail network. Hey, why not, right? Thank you, everybody, for watching. I've been your lovely host, Kelvin, signing off.